Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I am Dr. Gail, and I am so glad that you are here. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Life with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge favor. Please hit the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you will know when I go live. And so tonight I want to talk to you about some of the biggest myths. Yeah, there's a lot of myths that are going on, and with social media and people getting information from so many different platforms and so many different people, I want to give you some myths and some truths about sex in marriage. Yes, I want to give you some myths and some truths about sex in marriage, okay? And let me just tell you, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have been blessed to coach and counsel couples from all over the world and individuals from all over the world. And so I just want to give you guys some things to think about, because a lot of times when people come to me or they have questions, they think that they're the only ones who are dealing with certain situations in their marriages or in their lives. And it's not true. We're all human. We all go through different things in our lives and in our marriages. Okay. So myth number one, sex is always spontaneous. That's a myth, right? If sex isn't spontaneous, it is not always passionate and authentic. Yes, sex is not going to always be spontaneous. It's not. Sometimes you have to create it, okay? And the truth is life that gets really busy, and sometimes you have to schedule it or it doesn't happen. And then a lot of people think if you schedule it, that it's not going to be meaningful and as passionate. That's not the truth. We schedule every other area of our life. Why not schedule that? Okay. Number two, a great marriage means that sex is good all the time. Myth. That's a huge myth. If your marriage is strong, sex will always be spontaneous and be great. That's not true. It's not. Your marriage will be your marriage outside of the bedroom. And a lot of times we think that if you're having great sex that your marriage is strong. That's not necessarily true. So the myth is that your marriage will be great all the time if you're having great sex. That's a myth. The truth is every happy couple experiences some type of dry spell and some challenges when it comes to having regular sex. Not all the time, but the truth is every marriage will experience it, because you have stressors, you have health issues that come up, you have life challenges that come up, you have deaths in families that come up. You have so many different things that can challenge your sex life. So your marriage can be strong and healthy and all those things during that particular challenge. Okay. Number three, your sexual desires and libidos should always be the same. If your husband's is high, yours should be high. If your wife's is low, yours should be low. That's a myth. That's a myth. Both people's libidos will probably never be the same, because we're two different individuals processing information, living life. Even though we're living as a married couple, my experiences are different from Gil's every day, and our libidos will be up and down. There's, like I said, health challenges. There's so many things that are going on during the day that our libidos will never always be the same. So that's a myth, right? Truth is sexual desire is influenced and fluctuates by day to day. It really does. But communication is the key to getting through that. Effective communication is the key to getting through that particular dry spell if one person's libido is higher and the other one is not. Because again, we're processing information. We're dealing with different things every single day differently. Number four, Only men think about sex regular. Only men think about sex all the time. That's a myth. Men usually do have a higher sex drive. They do, right? That's the truth. But the myth is that women don't have any type of sex drive and do not pursue their husbands and those kind of things. That is a myth. The truth is, women have just or as higher sex drive depending on the expectation of that particular marriage and that particular person and what time of life she's in. If she's in menopause, a lot of times the sexual desire drops, just like when men go through a hormone shift. His desire drops. If he's dealing with any type of erectile dysfunction, that can also impact that as well. So it's not always true. So the myth is not that men sex drive is always higher than women. That's not true. Okay. Number 5, sex is the most important part of a marriage. That is a myth. The myth is that a lot of time people think that sex cannot, that marriage cannot survive without sex. That is not true, right? Even though sex is a important part of a marriage, and you should be able to engage in sex and quality sex, right? I always tell people have quality sex instead of quantity sex, right? But that is not the only thing that holds a marriage together, because I have coached and counseled couples where one person has lost a limb, where there's a sickness that has taken where the one person can't perform, and they find a way to engage in amazing intimacy outside the bedroom and inside the bedroom without engaging in penetration sex. So let me just tell you, your marriage can survive without having penetration sex, okay? Number 6, kids will ruin your sex life. That's a myth. Yes, when kids come along, will your sex life change? The answer is yes, because especially when they're little, you're going to be dealing with them, you're going to be tired, all the things of having a newborn, but you teach children how to treat you, right? And if you are a parent that is overshadowing and put that baby before you put your marriage and your spouse, that's a problem outside of having children, okay? So will your sex life fluctuate when you have younger children? The answer is yes. But will they stop your sex life? The answer is only if you allow them to do it. Okay? You're the driving force that puts that child in his place when it comes to you spending quality time with your spouse. Okay? And number 7, if passion fades, love is gone. If passion fades, love is gone, right? That's a myth. Because, again, we're on this life journey together, and life is a roller coaster, and you're going to have what I call intense fellowships. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to get in a space where you're so busy and you're stressed out that all of these things are happening in our day-to-day lives. But you have to be the driving force to say, you know what? I have given my energy, I have given my best to all of these other entities, and my spouse is the only walking, talking, living, breathing person that I said I cut a covenant with and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. So I got to begin to put them first. So if the passion has left your marriage, it's because you have allowed it to, and you have allowed outside stuff to influence your marriage and put you in a space where you have allowed that flame that was inside of you that drew you to that other person to either dim or go out. You can find it. You just got to do the work to get it. Okay? I love you guys to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before I go, if you want this video or any of my videos sent on my channel to one of your significant other or someone else, but you don't want to be the one to send it to them, just do me a favor. Click the link below and I will have one of my team members to send it on your behalf. And also, if you want to speak to me about one situation that you have going on in your marriage and you need just another voice, do me a favor, schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one situation to help you win in your marriage. I love you to pieces. I will see you next week.